It's Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. We've had a pretty long break from severe weather, but it is not going to stay that way for long. Today, we do have a marginal risk, and this is driven by damaging winds. It's mainly just a damaging wind threat. I can't see how we'll have that big of a severe weather threat, and it covers a pretty big portion of Pennsylvania. And then tomorrow, we do start to be a little bit more concerned for everybody in this highlighted green area. So if you're in this area, I wouldn't be surprised to see some damaging winds for this area and large hail over this whole marginal area. And I wouldn't be surprised to see an upgrade to a slight in this area. But we really start to be concerned for Thursday. Thursday, we do have a slight risk for almost all of Iowa. I'm actually really concerned for this day. We actually have a hashed risk for this day. It's what this means is we have a 10% probability or greater within 25 miles of any given point to have significant severe weather in this hashed risk. So if you're in this hashed risk, we have a potential. Like, we don't exactly know yet if it's going to end up happening, but we have a potential in this hashed risk for a severe weather outbreak. And it just doesn't stop there. It keeps going into Friday, and actually Friday, this is one of the most days I'm concerned for right in this area. I think we have the biggest tornado threat. We actually have a tornado threat with this area. So if you're anywhere in this yellow highlighted area, I would watch out for some significant severe weather. And it's a day 4 outlook. So it's pretty rare to have a day 4 outlook. This is the extended outlook, so they don't usually issue these. And then Saturday, it still doesn't stop on Saturday. They already have highlighted a day 5 slight risk for our Kentucky Peninsula area. So if you're in this slight risk, we have a potential for a significant severe weather threat. I'm not as concerned for this day as the day before in this area. We don't have as big of a tornado threat, but we still have a damaging wind and large hail threat. The tornado threat is still uncertain of how big we will have of a tornado threat we will have, but it's still pretty concerning for this day. And then it still doesn't stop. On Sunday, we have a slight risk, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see an upgrade to an enhanced risk for this highlighted area. It would probably be somewhere in the middle of this. And if you are in this highlighted area, I would watch out for significant severe weather for this area, damaging winds, large hail, and we have a tornado threat too, just not as big as on Friday. But still, I'm pretty concerned for this day. And we have a large portion of the U.S. dealing with severe weather over the next week. So this is going to be a very active pattern for another week or two. Let's see what it looks like on the 500 millibar jet stream. You can see that today we do have a really strong jet streak here, and it's going to allow for a small severe weather threat in Pennsylvania, but the dew point isn't quite high enough, so that's going to limit the severe weather, thankfully, for Pennsylvania. But as we go farther into Thursday, you can see that we already see this negatively tilted trough that it's going to allow for severe weather in this area, and then it gets even stronger by the time we get to Friday, and that's going to allow for a significant tornado threat for this area. So if you are in this area, I would watch out for a potential tornado outbreak. And then as we go farther into Saturday, we're going to start seeing severe weather in our area. Not as big of a tornado threat, but still a pretty significant severe weather threat for our area down to Texas. And that is all the weather talk for today. I will be giving you more updates as this gets closer, so subscribe and turn notifications on, that way you don't miss out any new videos. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.